Top of morning, laddies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the part 2 of What If Zuko was or has the breathing of infinity, he thunder. Part 2. In the first part, I went over the how led up to this moment thing, and of course, he did tell, or before he walks up, or during when he was getting ready, one of the students, him, M, says you didn't really care about who's a mutant, or what does that mean? Well, it means that I'm I don't see you as I don't see all of us as like with a quirk, or all of you with quirks. I see you as all normal humans. Mm. The only thing that really, and he explains what's going on. So yeah, then it was finally time for him against Zumi. Zumi is ready. Zuko is ready. And as she says, ready, little brother? Don't hold back on me. As his sister's as he's giggling. Yeah, I won't hold back on you, sister. As they do their hand-to-hand combat. But Zuko did learn a technique called Thunder Under King Shot thing. Like how he did in the anime. Well, Zuko, it was Rennie. And when Zuko first used it on his sister, her entire body got flung right out of the a air, or her entire body was out of the ring, nailed right into the wall of a 8 foot or 8 layered ring. Yeah, as everyone could not believe that he doesn't need to. Ready? As he is learning new skills real quick. Like his infinity thing gives him more options. Yeah. As his sister was like, man. And as everyone could not believe yeah. So as everyone heard about that technique, or actually never heard of it, but they heard of a special technique called the ultimate and super ultimate pro hero punch thing. It's the same style as the thing, but it just takes one giant fist, or one fist, and, and as he learned it fast. So when he did that, well, let's just say name that people like Rangarol could not believe. So then now it's Bakugo versus Zuko. Bakugo, who is like, I won't go easy on you, Deku. Huh. I would like you to call me the Zuko, who, because I'm actually not quirkless. My quirks are my limit, actually. And whatever, I'll still call you Deku no matter what. Huh. And Zuko says, alright, it's your choice. So, Zuko does the as he created, or so they, yeah. So Zuko uses a combine move, as he says, or as he's like making sure that keeps his distance away from. And Zuko was, or Bakugo was using his explosion. Why are you running away? Huh. Reason why? I can do this. As he shoots out the. When he did that, and when he used that skill, yeah, Zuko ended up winning. And he says, mobilized your arms and your legs to make sure that you don't get away from me. Now, oh, as Zuko tells himself, as he does that same thing to Bakugo, as he says, huh, took out, yeah, he literally took out Bakugo in about 2 seconds. And yeah, the and for the record, I wasn't using any skills or any like gadgets like a support course does. That's actually my unique skill or my techniques called air bullets. It allows me to create this air thing that allows me to flick the person or flick the air towards the person, and it, as he uses it on like a, whoa, so see, as they don't see any gadgets on him, like he told the truth. So, yeah, everybody's like, whoa. So everyone's like, so you're basically saying that name, you can use long range attacks and short range attacks? Yep, I can do both. And fall asleep too, though. Yeah. So Zuko won on that. As yeah. Then the internship thing, Snipe or Bunny Girl, this girl, and Snipe wants Zuko to be on their team. As he doesn't even know what to pick. So his body's so overwhelmed. It's so confusing. Yeah. He ended up looking at himself. Or like needs to learn how to do. So actually, let's hold back. The Bunny Girl and Stein, they had their own like personal facility thing because they were not working together, but they were teaming up. So both of them agreed to have Zuko. So they taught him everything, like speed, and works on the aim on the like that stuff. And yeah. So Zuko channels all that. Yeah. So Zuko does so much. And then when he came back to school the like next day, then he goes to Camp Park thing. Or let's go over to Camp Park. Then he starts training more and more on his like his sleep thing. As he had the same outfit thing with a sword, but that's only for accessories. That's part of his like own specialty. Plus, the support course didn't realize that. Of course, Zuko fused it with his own, or he created his own unique metal that he created when he was at home without him even realizing it. Yeah, and the blade that of Zuko's new weapon thing has basically a special property of it kills the quirk. Not a person, kills a quirk. No matter how many quirks it has, or user has. Like, if it was like all for one, he would be dead by it. Because Yeah. So Zuko trained with a sword that he made. As Momo never seen that type of sword before, as Zuko says, this is my special sword. I call it Quirk Killer. It doesn't harm you physically or mentally. It's only goes for your quirk. As he explains it to class as 1B and 1A, what does it do? It it cuts right through. Oh, even a toughest armor, like if someone has like the redhead's hardening quirk or steel of Techu Techu, yeah, it with one shot of this, they wouldn't be defenseless. Really? Yeah. How did you get this overpowered weapon? As they all ask him. Well, I made it. Somehow. I don't know what element I used, but it sure does. So then now the Zuko versus Koda. Koda was. Or no, actually, not Koda. Zuko versus the Musclear for protecting Koda thing. Like, Zuko was protecting Koda from Musclear. And Zuko says, ready, sword? Alright. And Zuko cuts right through. As he says, as he puts his sword back into its slot. And Zuko was like, huh, guess you're gonna be. As he thinks that he needs to work on his aim more. But then Bakugo, or not Bakugo, Musclear's buffed up quirk vanished as he's like, what's going on? It finally worked, hasn't it? My blade, it already did what it's supposed to. Once a person's with a quirk that gets sliced by this quirk, the quirk is obliterated from fabric of reality. And exchange for it, it's basically it uses the breathing style as the so the rocks, because we're standing on a mountain thing, and yeah, as the guy, he's like, okay, die, boom. Does it feel to be powerless? And Kona, if I hold him, do you want to punch him in the nuts? Thing? Yeah. So, or in the leg. As Zuko goes behind him, grabs Musclear, And and Koda agrees. So what does he do? He punches it, or punches Musclear. Yeah, that's terrifying. And then, yeah, Muscular shouldn't feel that, but because his quirk was gone completely, he felt it. And yeah, let's get you back to your mom. As he takes Coda and Musclear, as he does that little airwalk thing all the way to, there we go, as Magnus or he actually did, or actually Zuko did do, sorry about that, yeah, so Zuko basically wins, and so now it's All Might versus All for One. The entire thing. And yeah. So All for One's like her student class 1B Zuko Midoriya. I find most interesting of them all. Because Zuko isn't just holding, or because he wasn't quirkless at all. He had a quirk. But that's not what I am interested. I'm interested in his power. Zuko, whose power, he didn't show it, but his power was infinity and zero. And plus, with all of the other abilities and skills and all that stuff on top of that, he can be a perfect candidate to my quirk. So that's why I kidnapped him. Because he's the most powerfulest person in the world, All Might. Never thought of who actually did it. Of who destroyed that bridge. And all that stuff. It was Zuko Midoriya. With that breathing style and with all that power, he can become more than just a normal human. He could become under my control. And plus you won't live to see it, All Might. As All for One is about to use his laser attack, but they did not know, or they keep forgetting that Zuko, once he's knocked out, like when he's asleep, his autopilot comes in. But this time, the infinity power and zero and all of his skills and breathing styles and all that stuff fused into one. As they could feel the aura glowing from him. Like he can, as he creates shockwaves after shockwaves And when he goes, as he slices All for One into bacon bits, or not even bacon bits, all the way through, out of existence, they get killed and killed and killed. Yeah, it was brutal as high-end villains came in, and he took care of them like how Bunny Girl does all that stuff. Oh, yeah. He uses finger pistols on most of the men. He used his own version of that legendary like punch thing where that but he calls it Thunder Ultimate Punch as his fist raises up, and when it punched, it was like their own, what they wanted to see, like their attack thing, that legendary skill or that move. And yeah, Zuko was pretty overpowered. So then after that, his colors went back to his eyes. Because imagine him blind. As Zuko says, man, I really did a number on this place, hasn't I? Okay? So then all that stuff. The next day, Nezu decides, plus everyone agrees, to bump Zuko up to Class 1A. As he says, okay. So then he's in Class 1A. Bakugo, instead of telling him, hey Deku, but instead of Deku, it's, hey Zuko, what's up? As they're like, what did it change in you? As yeah, something did change in you after, yeah. As everybody's like, huh, well, of course, Zuko, or actually Bakugo, didn't know, or did know about it. Like, he was pretending to be mean, but in reality, he's just pumping Zuko up to being not holding back. So because his quirk is infused into his, like, manly powers, he is now the most overpowered character in every format. And yeah, if he wants to sleep, they allow him to sleep. Yeah. So then overhaul fight thing goes almost similar to canon, but Zuko was like, I'll deal with him. I'll make him sing even. And he has such a cool confidence thing that Bakugo's like, man, you sure do know how to bring a wave. As yeah, when the League of Villain, or no, when the overhaul factory thing was heard that they're sending the most overpowered character, they immediately freaked out, like, as Overhaul never heard of Zuko. And when everyone explains that about, oh, Zuko is the most overpowered character, they are afraid in that if he comes out, Overhaul has no chance. You have no chance against him, because we would do good on battling against like everyone else, like all the other pro heroes, but he's the most terrifying one of them all. All Might, he's so terrifying that makes All Might like look like a kid's play. Yeah. So they're like, okay. And then yeah. So Overhaul finally meets Zuko, as he says, "You must be Zuko. I heard a lot of things about you. How, yeah. And I know that you're making quirk erasing bullets from that poor little girl's skin. Or the quirk. But I don't want her to suffer anymore. That's why I'm here to stop you from making any more of those bullets. And yeah, I want to see you try. You come at me as the Zuko uses his blade and then punched him in the back. Yeah. As Zuko or Baku, or not Bakugo, Overhaul was sent flying backwards, or like forwards, to got slammed in the wall. And then as Overhaul is like, yep, guess the rumors are true. You don't hold back on your opponents. And yeah, because he took down the entire foundation without any, like, yeah. Zuko, oh, yeah, so the white-haired, or the one with like a cover thing, says, here we go. And he just hands over Ares. And Ares, he thinks he's scary, but then as he pats her head, as he tells her that I might be scary before you meet me, but I'm really a nice guy. As, yeah, then Overhaul was, of course, was knocked out, and yeah. Because every villain turns themselves in. And they're like, as the pro heroes are like, what the heck just happened? As they all, like, being honest with them, like, we would have had a better chance against you guys, but against Suzuku, or that kid. And the villains call him the Destroyer Sleeper, or sleeper destroyer. Yeah. And, yeah, they all, like, man, they, as everyone's, like, finds, or all the villains, when they heard how powerful Zuko was, they all just went into hiding. Like, they don't want to get pummeled by Zuko. And, of course, yeah, Zuko did, like, handled it pretty well. And all that stuff. So, now, there's actually a girl in this What If. Her name is Rinko. So, Rinko kind of have this heart for him. Like, he loves him when he was just in the class 1B. And when he taught Onima, or whatever that annoying kid's name, the, not grapefruit, but not the class A, but I'm talking about class B student. Well, yeah. She ends up falling in love with Zuko, and after school, between her and Momo, and her asked him out on a date. And so all three of them asked him out all at once. As he says, okay, sure. And then he has 3 wives. Anyways. And normally I would. I know that it's supposed to be like his breathing style, and he has no, like, girls to get married to. But I'm not that kind of person that would rather make a complete version of it. But yeah, so, and the first part of this video, like the part 1, in part 1, I meant to say part 2, that it's this part. Yeah, so they all got married to Zuko. Momo, Rinko, and Big Hands Girl. Yeah. As he's so embarrassed. He could not believe. Yeah. So then yeah. They both, all 3 of them, or 4 of them, basically got married, and they did the deed. And yeah. And they had 4 her Amy's each. So basically 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 kids. Yep. 12 kids. They all have the same thing as what Zuko is, plus their mothers. Yeah. And plus, Zuko is immortal, so he can never die. His power inside of his own chest Like, because he has infinity, he he never ages. So he shares that with his kids too. Oh, plus he also shares it with his 3 wives. As their body starts to like go back to where they were. So yeah, Zuko basically was the or like his entire family, like his own parents, or of course Asashi tells Inko that he's sorry he didn't realize that her son and and had this much power. As Inko says, you're okay. That's why we always keep our son and daughter not separate. Okay? But man, that is just, yeah. When he's around, the crime rate went down a lot, all the way to 0. Yeah, there was no crime, no nothing, because everyone knew that if there's even a single one when Zuko's around, they have a death wish thing. And yeah. So basically, yeah. So please leave a like, share, subscribe, comment, everything. And please make sure you check out part 1 before this video, because in the first part I went over the whole thing. So I'm making these into 2 parts. And I'll do a custom card review afterwards. So bye-bye.